You're welcome to New Focused Approach to Mathematics Basic 8. This is the revised edition. And in this video, we want to learn addition and subtraction of vectors. So how do we add vectors? Let's say I have vector A. Let me call vector A here. And okay, vector A, what is vector A here? Vector A can be generated as 1, 2, 3. So on the x-axis, we move 3 times. Then on the y, we move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We move positive 5 times. So vector A is 3, 5. Then from vector A, I move with vector B, which also will be equal to from this point to this point. We are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the x-axis. Then 1, 2 on the y-axis. But then because we are going down, that becomes negative. So if I add vector A to vector B, what will be the outcome? Now the outcome is going to be the vector that will start from the origin to the point where the B ends. Okay, and so we can say that vector A plus vector B should be equal to vector C. Let's see whether that is true. Okay, let's see vector C. Vector C, according to what we have here, should be from the point here, that's the origin, to the terminal here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for C, on the x-axis we move 8 times. Then on the y we move 1, 2, 3. That is also positive because we are moving upwards. I believe you remember this very lesson. We did similar, or the introduction of vectors in year 1. If you go back to the year 1 videos, check on vectors and you will understand the movement and how vector is created based on graph. Okay, now we've been able to establish vector A, vector B, and vector C. Now what happened is that vector A plus vector B should be equal to vector C because I move A in the same direction I move B, so it means I'm adding. If I go this direction, then it means I'm going to add C, which everything will add up giving me 0 because I'll come back to the origin. But because I move in the opposite direction, then it means A plus B will be equals to C. And using algebraic means, when we have vector A plus vector B, vector A gave us 3, 5, vector B gave us 5, -2. Let's see this addition. In adding vectors, algebraically, we add x component and we add y component. X component gave us 8, and then y component, that means 3 plus 5 is 8, and then 5 plus -2 will give me 3. You said the same result is what I have here. So what it means is that A plus B really is equal to C. Now, so geometrically, that's how we do addition of vectors, and algebraically, we have to add x component and add y component. Good. Now let's see example. Let's say I'm giving vector AB as 2, 5 and vector CD as 3, -4. I want to find vector AB plus CD, and in simple way, there's no need for me to draw this graph to find using the diagrammatical means. I can just do algebraic means by adding only the x component and that of the y component. So my AB is 2, 5 and my CD is 3, -4. So I'm going to just add x component. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus -4 is 1. So the vector sum is 5, 1. Then the same thing is done with the subtraction. That one, we subtract x component and we subtract y component. So again, 2, 5 minus 3, -4. So this will give us 2 minus 3 will give us -1, right? Will give us -1. And then 5 minus -4 will give us 9. I hope that makes sense. 5 minus -4 is more or less we are doing 5 plus 4, because the negative here we multiply this negative to give us positive, and so we add and we get this answer. Good. Let's take another example and see. Let's say you have vector A, B, and C being defined by this, and that. Now the first question says we should find vector A, which is 1, 3, plus vector B, which is -2, 1, minus vector C, which is -1, 2. And we can do this the simplest way by saying that, okay, vector A, 1 plus -2 will give us -1. Okay, so let me write that one first. So -1. Then 3 plus 1 will give us 4. Then we bring our minus -1, 2 also over here. And of course, -1 minus -1 will give us 0. And the reason is this. We have -1 minus -1. This and this will add up to give us positive. So we are going to get -1 plus 1, which is 0. And so our answer here will be 0. Then we have 4 minus 2. And that will just give us 2. So the vector for this question is 0, 2. Then we have 2 times vector A, 1, 3, plus vector C, which is -1, 2. Again, this is a scalar, and our next video we're going to work on scalar multiplication, what it means. But what it means here simply is that we are multiplying 2 times 1 here, which will give us 2, and 2 times 3 here, which will give us 6. Then plus our -1, 2. Then now we can add our vectors. 2 plus -1 will give us 1, and 6 plus 2 will give us 8. So we get our answer. Then finally we have A again giving us, let me bring a different color here. A again giving us 1, 3, plus 2 times B, and B is -2, 1, minus C, which is -1, 2. And in simplifying this, I'll keep my 1, 3, and then I can multiply the scalar to this as -4, and then 2, then minus -1, 2. Once again, I can now add 1 plus -4 will give me -3. Then 3 plus 2 will give us 5. Then we have minus into bracket -1, 2, right? Now let me clean this portion. Now transfer our answer -3, 5 minus -1, 2. Now to make it, or to get our answer, we're going to have -3 here minus -1. And that is going to give us -2. Remember, -3 minus here will give us plus, so we have +1. So -3 plus 1 will give us -2. Then again, 5 minus 2 will give us just 3, and that becomes our answer. Well, I'm sure this has really helped you to know how to do addition and subtraction of vectors. Thank you so much for watching.